What's up, SRL fans, and welcome back to another review video. This time we're going to have a look back at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, which took place last Saturday around Baku. So let's have a look at what happened in the tight streets of Baku. So let's first of all have a look at the qualifying results. On pole position in the last second lap, set by the reserve driver Luke Smith, who's replacing Francis McGinn. So he got pole position ahead of his teammate for this race, Vasilios Petitsiotis. Then behind him it was René van der Stap, and then it was Sandro Doulis and Ken Weston-Edwards, all three of them setting the exact same lap time. Then was Nick van Gelder, who had a bad qualifying session, only in 6th, and it's Dion Stahl and Fons van Heugden. So let's have a look at the start. All drivers won the grid, 16 cars. And lights out, and away we go. And yeah, it was a really clean start, at least up front, at least going into the first corner. Luke Smith out front, keeping the lead. But then René van der Stap and Vasilios Petitsiotis tangled with each other. They made contact after Vasilios Petitsiotis pushed the Dutchman into the wall. And it kept on going. This fight kept on going into turn 3 now. And Vasilios Petitsiotis blocking very aggressively, and again putting René van der Stap into the wall. Both drivers getting damage and going straight on in this corner. Both are dropping to the back of the field, and Vasilios Petitsiotis decided that he's going to call it a day. He was mad, he was annoyed, and he dropped out of the race, where René van der Stap continued with a lost front wing. Later after the race, Vasilios Petitsiotis received a penalty, a qualifying ban for the next race. So it was Nick van Gelder, who was in second behind Luke Smith. They were on the 2-stop strategy, and on a 1-stop strategy were Ken Weston-Edwards and Sandro Doulis. So they went up front when Luke Smith, who got damaged, he dropped back down the order. So the actual race leader was actually Nick van Gelder, but he had to get by Sandro Doulis and Ken Weston-Edwards, who are obviously on a 1-stop strategy. So the Dutchman had to get by both of them. Then it took quite a while, but then on lap 18, he was in the slipstream of Sandro Doulis. He caught both of them, both the one-stoppers, Doulis and Weston-Edwards. He goes for the outside move around the outside, going into turn 1, and he made the move stick, and now he's up to second. So only Ken Weston-Edwards still ahead of him. Great outing by the Sauber driver, who hasn't been fighting up front in a long time. But the strategy made this possible, and good pace and qualifying as well. But then 1 lap later, no chance. He was in the slipstream. He got the US Open, and Nick van Gelder, who hasn't won a race since season 2, is going for the lead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix now, when he got by Ken Weston-Edwards in his Sauber. So the new leader was Nick van Gelder in the Red Bull. Obviously really big for the championship, since Francis McGinn is missing this race and Nick van Gelder is in second in the championship. Then there was chaos in the castle section after Luke Smith crashed out of the race. Fons van Heugden couldn't avoid him, hit his back. He reversed. Then it was Tim Hofnagel who came in, flying into the back of him. Sam van Elven only narrowly, not Sam van Elven, was actually René van der Stap, narrowly missing the stranded Force India of Luke Smith. And then it was Sandro Doulis going for P2. He had more pace than Ken Weston-Edwards at the stage of this race. Both of them had damage as well, front wing damage. But Sandro Doulis got by Ken Weston-Edwards into second place. Also big day for him now in terms of championship. But in the end, it was Nick van Gelder who finally won again in SRL. He took the win at Azerbaijan. Great day, obviously, for him. It's been a long time since the last race he has won. I believe it might have been... I actually don't know. Probably British Grand Prix Season 2, I think it was. So yeah, it has been a long time for him. Second for Sandro Doulis, nice podium for him, and as well Ken Weston-Edwards, awesome day for him as well. Behind them it was René van der Stap, who recovered after that accident with Vasilios Petitsiotis. He came home 4th. Then was Tim Hofnagel in the reserve driver of McLaren, nice outing again in P5. Then was Fons van Heugden and Yannick van Peeten as a Haas reserve driver on his comeback. comeback, getting a nice P7. And behind them, all drivers were retired, with Luke Smith, Samuel Brandt, Irfan Danilo scoring his first points of the season. Then Ivan Brito, Jorge Carrera, Dion Stahl, Colin Higgins, Sam van Elven, and Vasilis Petitsiotis out of the race. So in the championship lead now is Nick van Gelder. He has a nice gap and lead over Francis McGinn in second. Then it's Sandro Doulis, also not that far away from them, in third. Then it's René van der Stap, the Lewis Marshall, who's out of the league. Vasilis Petitsiotis, bad day for him. He decided to rage quit and he lost a lot of points. Then it's Jesper Lampinen, Dion Stahl, who made up no points. Bart Godalda missed the race. Cam Weston Edwards make a big move into P10. Then it's Jorge Carrera, Samuel Brandt, Luke Smith not scoring today. Tim Hofnagel, nice seeing him in P14 now with some nice points. And in the team standings is Racing Point Force India still in the lead, but obviously today not a big day for them. They didn't score not many points, only 4 points by Luke Smith. Then it's Haas, Scuderia Ferrari, Red Bull, Renault, Sport F1 team, Williams, Alfa Romeo, Sauber, Mercedes, McLaren, and Toro Rosso. So both McLaren drivers were dropped. They haven't been appearing in any of the races in the last 2 months, I think it was. So they got two new drivers, Tim Hofnagel, who really impressed McLaren as a reserve driver, and Yannick Verpeten back in the full-time right now. Both of the Louis Quinlan and Ethan Croft are moving down to reserve driver seats. Next race will be in 2 days on Saturday at the Spanish Grand Prix at Barcelona, so make sure you tune in. 2 p.m. UK time, 1 hour earlier than usual, but still, we're gonna be live. Check this race out, and thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you on Saturday. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed. Check out our official SRL website. Always stay updated with the latest news and results from our SRL league. Have a look at some driver details and see the standings from every season. The link is down below in the description.